were just going to keep pushing in the pre-market, and we would get some really bad price action at the open. So this pullback is very good. It's showing me that my order block is a real area still. My order block is still a real area to keep in mind and to keep on watch. Breakout for calls, 25,182 to the upside, or 611.6 on QQQ. The only way I'm going to go short is a failure of 25,126 or 610.2 on QQQ. Only way I'm going short. All right. Tsla, watching for a breakout for calls at 411.75 to the upside. Just being careful, being very careful with this 413 area. Don't necessarily have a short setup. I would be interested to see if we can hold this range as a bounce for support. But if you do start to see weakness at 408.50, like it's starting to slip through the level, you got heavy orders coming in at the bid, that could be a really nice trade, because as you can see, if it can break through 407.40, you got a lot of room to the downside. So Nvidia has its earnings today. The entire market is waiting on this. I want you to picture a giant skyscraper being held up by a stick, okay? Nvidia controls 8% of the S&P 500. Think about Nvidia controlling 8% of the American economy, essentially, okay? And the Mag 7 is not doing hot. We're not doing good this year. Microsoft's down over 30%. Some of these big tickers are getting wrecked. They are getting wrecked. So Nvidia is the only thing holding us up. This is something you can use for a larger macro viewpoint of your investment portfolios, et cetera. If Nvidia misses earnings, it's after the close, after market close. If Nvidia misses their earnings today, you're going to see some big sell-offs, just pretty much across the board. You will see large sell-offs, so don't be surprised. Now, do keep in mind that all the analysts out there and even betting platforms, Polymarket, Kalshi, all these other places, everyone's got above basically a 90% chance Nvidia is going to beat earnings. So that is reassuring, but that means there's still a 10% chance they don't. And that's just obviously based on people's assumptions, because sometimes companies can report good numbers and still the market reacts negatively, right? A lot of this comes down to Nvidia's, what's it called? Their CapEx, their spending, basically. I want you guys to imagine you make $100,000 a year, but you open a new business and you spend $115,000 of your operating income on the new business. Well, that means you spent all the money you had and you took out a loan for the other 15 grand. That's essentially what Nvidia's done. They're all in on AI. And if it doesn't work, then there's going to be a dumpster fire. So something to keep in mind, very large deal for Nvidia today. I am expecting some consolidation because of that today. So today I will be looking for quicker profits. I'm going to be looking to sell basically half my position around 20 points profit on NQ, QQQ. And I'm going to be looking to sell the majority of my position around 40 points profit, guys. Like 40 points to me is going to be the same as a full size trade. That's going to be the same as like, I hit 100 points. Yay. Okay. I'm still going to go for 100 points today, but it's going to be with less than 10% of my position. Okay. Everyone, I want everyone to be aware. I'm not expecting much today. If you're somebody who teeters on the edge of scalping and not scalping, today is a nice day to scalp. Today is a nice day to scalp. If you see 20 points profit and you want to sell 9 of your 10 MNQ and leave that one runner just to see if it can hit 100 points, do it. Do it. But today is not the day to sell a quarter of your position at 15% profit and see if we can keep going. Because usually when we have such a massive company reporting earnings, we see a lot of consolidation. We see a lot of aggressive price action, nasty pullbacks, things like that. Microsoft. Big fan of Microsoft's breakout here. I would love to see, basically it is already doing it, but a complete recovery of yesterday's beautiful short trade that we had from the watch list. I saw a couple of people were able to grab this, which is awesome. Super clean move straight to the downside. 375% profit, which is it's wild. That's absolutely, I'm sorry, that was Monday. Yesterday, still both clean breaks of the range. But what I'm saying, this trade from Monday, we're basically already recouping the entire thing. Luckily, yesterday, both of these trades, I believe this one was like around 40% profit, and I think that one was around 30%. But these breaks of the ranges they had, we ended up just kind of sitting there. That was the biggest move, was that market open. And then it just kind of sat there and held my 385.96 level. You can see it actually held that really beautifully. So I would love to see a breakout into the recovery play here today. That's what I would love to see on Microsoft. And then Palantir, would love to see this 131 breakout. You guys see how crazy this level looks? That's pre-market high and my level. Look at that. I mean, this thing is primed for a breakout. Trades like this, the beauty of a trade like this on Palantir, as long as volume's on your side, it's going to take off. It's going to take off. And the beauty of a trade like this as well, if you're wrong, you are wrong immediately. You're going to be wrong immediately. So you don't have to fret over it. You don't have to sit there and, do this and hope it's going to work out. If this trade is not going to work, it's going to reject 131 to the T, and it's just going to dump. So you will get stopped out immediately. It will probably slip your stop loss as well if this trade goes against you. So if you have a 20% stop on this and you go to take this, it's probably going to sell you for a 30% stop loss. That's probably what's going to happen, because I'm assuming the rejection will be aggressive if it does reject. We know there's a lot of volume sitting here. We already know that. All you're looking for is to see the slightest hint of buying volume, of volume at the ask to get into that trade. So definitely something you're going to be watching out for. It could be very quick. If it opens up anywhere above 130.8 at the open, that could be really fast trade to the upside. Amazon is this is a good setup as well. This is very similar to Coin. I was looking at Coin also. I wanted to see Coin's continuation trade here, but very similar to Coin. So Amazon is trying to break Tuesday and Friday's highs, basically. We have Coin trying to break Friday and Wednesday's high with a sharp recovery here, especially in the pre-market. Both of these trades, yes, you could be looking at these. I know you didn't ask about Coin, but I was looking at Coin earlier. They both could be very valid for an upside play. I'm not going to have them on my chart, though, so that'll be up to you to watch it, enter it, etc. I would just go one strike out the money. Just one strike out the money for the contract. So this, I would do the 175 calls. Amazon, I would do the 215. Hold on. Let me look at Amazon. Amazon. Oh, my God. These open it. Or no, hold on. Honestly, the 212.5s might be better. The 215s, they might just be really cheap at the open. I would say on Amazon, even though that would be at the money, you'd probably be better off with the 210s or the 212.5s on Amazon. I like the higher open interest and I like the price. It's really difficult buying contracts that are like 7 cents a contract, guys. I know that might seem very appealing, but that means if it moves 7 cents, that's 100% profit or loss. So on the contracts, it's kind of scary to trade contracts like that. All right, let's get our brokers unlocked and ready. Put my watch list up over here. So Palantir, get the 132 calls ready on Palantir. Change this back. And then Microsoft 395 calls. Nvidia would be the 195 calls. If you're going to trade that, just remember their earnings might ruin the contracts today. The IV is going to be very high. Implied volatility is very high. Tesla 415 calls. If you're going to take the flip on Tesla, if you're looking to play that downside play, if I was you, there's 2 entries you could take. You could look for a break of 410. If it breaks 410 aggressively, you could try to enter into puts. Or if you don't like that idea, you can wait to see how it reacts at 408.50. If you don't see it try to bounce at 408.50, you can also get into shorts there. Regardless, if you were doing that, I would do the 405 puts. Great open interest on those. All right, and then QQQ, 609 puts and 612 calls. Remember, we have had a very good week. Do not sacrifice the last 2 massive trading days we've had in one day where I'm telling you it's more than likely going to be a choppy, bad trading day. It will more than likely be choppy. It will more than likely have some consolidation. It will more than likely have some super aggressive price action. So please, 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 you must trade carefully today. Probably downsize. I would probably downsize today, and you could look to size back up again tomorrow when Nvidia's announced its earnings, and we can be a lot more clear about the subject matter. All right. Remember, you can color code your put contracts. So all the calls, you can keep them white, and the puts, you can keep them orange. You know what I mean? Remember, I cannot see Coin or Amazon on my list. So if you're going to start, if you're going to trade those, yeah. I would be sizing lighter today. Yes. I would size lighter today, everybody. I would size lighter. I would go for fast profit targets. Again, for all those showing up late, I am selling the majority of my position on the first profit target push, 15 to 20 points, 15 to 20%. And then I will sell basically the majority. I will only have 10% left after the second trim, which I'm going to be shooting for 40-ish percent, 40 points. All right. All right. About a minute and 10 seconds here. Tesla's primed for that breakout. Meta is honestly trying too. Look at that. Meta's getting primed. We are holding this little zone I have down here, this area. Remember, if we start to slip this zone aggressively, I'm looking to get into puts. All right. If we start to slip this zone aggressively, if we start to push aggressively, I'm looking to get into calls or longs. What I'm going to do, you'll know, because obviously if we're up here and I'm saying QQQ or NQ, I'm obviously going long. If we're down here and I'm saying QQQ or NQ, obviously I'm going short. All right. I might have to take Tesla right out the gate at the open. All right, here we go. Tesla might have to be right at the open. Just keep that in mind. It's too quick. QQQ calls. Already in these. Fill on these is $1.87 a contract. That's pushed so fast. I'm taking that first trim right here. This is where I'm taking that first trim. This is pushed so fast. These contracts are gaining a lot of value. If you're trading options, they're gaining a lot of value. Don't mess with that. Don't mess with that. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Sold half, looking for 40 for that next trim. Taking that next trim here, guys. $2.40 a contract. Next trim is taken already. Taking my majority exit of this position. Majority exit of this position. Already majority out. I have 10% left. 209 is a reject area. 209 is a reject area. Stop loss at entry. Stop loss at entry on QQQNQ. I'm going to let my one runner, I have to shoot for 100 because all I have is my 10% left. So I'm majority out, letting this go for 100 points. That's it. I got you guys all done. You guys are ready to go. Profits are in the bag. Less than literally 5 seconds in a market open. Does it get any better than that? Hello? Ugh. Wow. It's going right through that level. That's a good sign, but all right, it's sitting here roughly at 60, 70 points profit. If you're wanting to take other trims, you can. I'm waiting for 100 points. I am waiting for 100 points profit for my next trim. So if you're trying to trim up here, this is 70 points. Go ahead. That's a really nice clean push off the open, though. Everybody should be green. There is no way you're red. Tesla, trim on Tesla. Trim on Tesla. It's pushed right up to my, this is absolutely ridiculous on Tesla. Make sure you take that trim on Tesla. Remember, I said you would have had to have taken it right at the open. So if you listen to me in any shape or form or any regard, this is where I would take that majority exit on those Tesla contracts, guys. This is, oh gosh, this is absolutely flying here. 510, 520 a contract on the 415 calls. All right, $5 a contract trimmed up here. This is 140% profit on Tesla currently. Majority out of Tesla here, guys. 145% profit. Remember, this is 70 points right here currently. I haven't watched anything else. Microsoft do well? Oh, Microsoft did beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful on Microsoft. And Palantir. Palantir pulled back. This obviously would have stopped you at entry, but that definitely would have paid you. Good job, Tyler. Hey, Tyler, that's a good plan since you can only buy one contract. I like what you did. Just a 2-to-1 R. Keep it simple. You're not shooting for a home run because that's not realistic, right? You bought one contract. Guys, Tyler, that's a very smart trader. He can only buy one contract. So what did he do? He bought it and he sold at a 2-to-1 R. He didn't scalp it for 10% because he was nervous. He's not holding it for 100% looking for just this gambling home run. He's trading systematically. I like that, what you did, Tyler. Good job. Yeah, most of us should be done today. That's what I'm saying. I see already, guys, after this call out, I guarantee you by the time this trade ends, I'm going to see half the stream leave. I don't think you guys understand how many people truly do my first call out. And if it's a good trade, they literally leave. And that's why I feel so bad sometimes. Look at Palantir is trying to rip straight through again up here. Here we go. Market's flying. Let's see if we can get up to that 100 points profit. Let's see if we can get it. Currently, we're at 70 points, or no, 80 points profit right now, I think. Remember, I'm only holding to 100 because we've already sold so much. I can't trim at 50 and 70 and then 100 when I sold the bulk at 20 and at 40. I can't do that. It doesn't make sense. If you weren't copying my trims and you were like, James, I don't know what you're afraid of today. I could care less about Nvidia. I'm going to stick with my normal trims. Sure, you're doing great. Guys, if any of you are having issues with Trade-Evate, obviously you're heavy in profit. Just spam that exit all, cancel all button, spam it, and record it. Record it on your phone. Just right now, record it on your phone. Show that you're in profit. Show where your entry was, and show you clicking the exit at market button. That way, if it's Apex and they try to pull some nonsense on you, like, hey, by the time your order was executed, it executed normally, you can say, no, snake. You can see me here clearly trying to sell while I was 70 points in profit. Give me my money. If you have a video recording, they cannot deny you anything. That's hard evidence. They cannot deny you 70 or 80 points of profit where we're at right now. So just record where you are at. Don't freak out. Don't spam the chat with negativity about Trade-Evate. Okay, if you're having issues, that's one thing, but don't be negative. Just record it and say, hey, look, Trade-Evate's clearly not working. I'm X amount in profit. I'm trying to exit my position right now. It's not letting me. I will expect a refund of this, or not a refund. I will expect these profits in my account. Highlight over the P&L. Highlight over your P&L of how high you are. If you're $1,000 in P&L, say my account balance is currently this. I expect my account to be restored to here because this is where I want to take a full exit. This double top is concerning. This is concerning. At this moment in time, if anyone's got a trailing stop and they're nervous, I would say stopping out probably around 25,200. 25,200 if you truly want to let your runner get stopped out. I'm going for a break even personally because I've already sold a big chunk of it. I don't care. But keep that in mind. Same thing with Tesla. Tesla here, we've got a lot of room. We did approach 420.7. We're starting to lose some momentum as well on Tesla. I want to keep watching this, though. I still think Tesla's got room, so I want to give this a chance. We're literally 5 minutes in a market open. There's no reason to cut it. Currently, no. I am lighter sized on both trades, but I am in QQQ and Tesla. I did not catch Microsoft. If someone is in Microsoft, I would love to know what this percentage was on Microsoft. This entry was based on order book level 2. I'll say it every single day, guys. Order book level 2. Watching those beautiful orders come through on the ask, watching the confirmation on the tape, watching nice buying pressure, nice reaction actually was what I liked as well. I loved the immediate push off the open. That was also giving me a lot of confidence. First day in here. I can't believe this is actually a real thing. I've always heard about people trading at the open being gambling. But you should ask this question in the chat because obviously I'm going to answer you yes. His question is if this is real, if we do this every day. No, trading at the open is not gambling. That is a myth that probably the previous trading group you were in created to, you know, they don't want you to try to outsource and try to find another mentor. That's probably what it was. Because this sounds too good to be true, right? Taking a winning trade out the open like this and boom, being done in 3 minutes, 4 minutes. It sounds too good to be true. I totally understand. But fortunately, it's not. Fortunately, it's not. All right. So again, this double top is still proven to be a little bit of a hesitating point here. Remember, we're not really supposed, if you're sitting here and you've been here for more than 2 weeks and you have the audacity to say this is too fast, I would say you need to lock in. You need to start taking this seriously because you're getting handed essentially free profit every single day. What about this is fast? When you've been here, you know what to expect. You've watched my trade reviews. You've watched my trade recordings. You've seen this happen now at least 10 days in a row. You know what's going on. Why, if you're here in the pre-market and you're sitting here for an entire 15 minutes, like, okay, James wants to go. James is saying he wants to go long at 25,172. Okay. James is telling me the contract he wants to buy. He wants to buy the 612 calls. Okay. Oh, James is saying that in the pre-market, the fact that it's rejecting this level is really good because that's confirming that is a real order block. So he's saying that's really good. Okay. All right. All right, now the market is about to open. James is saying he has his 612 QQQ NQ calls ready to go. Okay, the market's about to open. James is also saying he is going to get ready to buy calls at the open and Tesla calls at the open. Okay, James called out his exact trade, his exact entry. He drew it out for us on a chart like a good teacher would, and we're sitting here in the trade and he's guiding me through the trade. When you say those things out loud, all of a sudden it sounds a little silly when you say that was too fast, right? Because it is. It is. You're being silly. I'm telling you right now, you got to lock in. You got to take it seriously. We're basically sitting here for 15 to 20 minutes getting ready to do this. If you're telling me you can't do that, then I can't help you. But I know all of you can do this. You can click a mouse, right? You can do this. So I know you can enter this trade with me because I'm giving you all of the tools and resources necessary to take this trade with me. Correct? Nobody can refute that in here. And that's why I love to record these as well. So when someone tries to be a naysayer, I'm just like, here's the live recording. Here you go. Please go watch and refer to the recording. So please keep that in mind. I'm not saying that to be rude to you. I'm saying that so you can tell yourself a nice little wake-up call going, this isn't too fast. James is a Marine. I have a completely normal education. It's not like I have an extremely high IQ. It's not like I'm a rocket scientist, an astronaut, nothing crazy. So if I can do this, so can you. Do not make excuses. Do not make excuses. You can do this. You can do this. I am expecting some type of a pullback up here, guys. I get this is 113 points profit, but this is a key level. This is also an order block. We should see some type of pullback here. If we don't see a pullback here, this is just probably going to just be an, I don't know the word, just a super aggressive push day. Because I essentially have nothing left, I have 5% of my position left. I myself am shooting for 200 points profit. Okay, just looking for the bounce of this level. I just want to see this continue to the upside. Pretty much consider if it makes a new high, I've sold everything. All right, that's all I was waiting for, sadly. I just needed a little bit more, a little bit more. So, but that was 195 points up there at the peak. Okay. 195 points on that first trade. Really just looking to see if we can continue and get up there to 200, and that'll be it. All right, everybody. Guys, thank you again so much for your time. Really appreciate it. We absolutely crushed it today, like we have been for almost every single day. I will have my class tonight for everybody. I'm also going to upload yesterday and today's trading videos today. Again, if you guys have questions, I love it for you guys to put it on YouTube, because then I get some engagement, and obviously I see those pretty much right away, so I can answer them right away. All right. All right, everybody. Guys, peace out. Stay safe. I'll see you guys tonight. Have a good one, everybody.